Howdy, y'all. I hope y'all are having a blessed night. And yeah, here I am. Welcome back. And here I am. And, thanks for, I'm thankful for each and one of you who are watching right now. And yeah, here we are. And so it's Sunday night, and I'm making this recording. And so the reason why I decided to open up this camera and start recording right now. And if you're wondering what I'm doing and where I am, I'm at a park. I just got done playing some basketball and working out a little bit. And I'm not actually done, but something really came to my mind that I really felt in my heart to talk about real quick. And so I don't want to take up too much of your time tonight, but really quick, I wanted to shed light and talk about, you know, cultural differences and dilemmas and conflicts and all that sort of stuff. Um, so obviously by my skin tone and my face features, I know I look a little Filipino. But to clarify to y'all, I'm Hispanic. I have Hispanic Heritage Month, and that's another thing. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, guys. I mean, especially to you guys that are actually Hispanic, happy Heritage Month. And for non-Hispanics, hey man, the more the merrier, and cultures are to be embraced by one another. I embrace every culture. I think it's a beautiful thing. It's what makes the world be beautiful and go around and be the way that it is. And the Bible talks about that kind of stuff too. Like in heavens, there's a lot of diversity, and I believe that wholeheartedly in the kingdom of God and on this earth and on this world. America. Yeah, anyways, I'm just kidding. But like, yeah, America's the melting pot of cultures, and without one or the other, it doesn't function, it doesn't go well, it doesn't go right. you know there's there is pros and cons about each culture, but yeah, each culture is to be appreciated, to be loved, to be embraced, to be remembered, and to be honored. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So I'm American, but I've had my fair share of struggles, because of my skin tone or my face features, the way that I look. I've had my fair share of struggles, and growing up, it was hard because, like, I'll put it like this. And if you ever watch, if you have ever seen Selena, the movie about the, mega star of Texas and the world, of course, but the Latin figure, Selena. So she's from Texas, and she's dominating the Latin, Tex-Mex, music industry. And she's a female. She happens to be a female. She happens to be, an American with heritage descent. And the thing is, she didn't know Spanish, and her dad spoke English, and she spoke English, but she sang in Spanish, and so she was honoring that culture. She was honoring her heritage and her ancestors and the people that came before her. And so that's kind of where I'm at, So I'm very American, but you see, like, what's wrong with that? And what's wrong with, like, for example, my dad is very Americanized, but he's an immigrant, and that's okay. You can be whoever you want to be, right? Like, that's a gray area of life, and some people treat it like it's a black and white, which is disgusting, really, if you think about it. Like, that's cruel and wrong, like, you can be whoever you want to be, like, if you love Japanese culture, and you appreciate it for what it is, if it fits your personality above all else perfectly, then by all means, like, become Japanese if you want to, get the citizenship, study their culture, learn their language, their lifestyle, do it. Like, that's fine. But back to what I was saying, and I'm gonna open up real quick, guys. So to be honest with you guys, I have a little bit of resentment with Hispanic culture, but that's because of my rough childhood, and I guess people from certain nations that are representing that nation, they were doing that poorly. And so, but you shouldn't judge one whole nation or an entirety of a group based on the sins of one individual, singular, faulty person, right? And so that's where I'm at. I'm praying to God that I could just heal from all the trauma. I'll say this though, as an American, as a Hispanic, I love being Hispanic. I love being brown, being tan. I love my curls. I love my eyes. I love that I speak both English and Spanish. Um, I love Mexico and I love Latin America and Spain, right? The value of it, the fact that Spanish is a very romantic language, and it's it comes from ancient Italy, right? Latin was gave birth to Spanish, Portuguese, and all the other languages in that category, like French, um, and so I recognize that, you know. Oh, there's a cat over there. But yeah, so I love being Hispanic. I love being brown. I love where my parents come from. I love what's in my blood where I come from. I love it. I love it. I love Hispanic culture, Mexican food and Salvadorian food and food from Nicaragua. I love it all. The names and all that, and I love it all. The nature. Um, and just the warmth and all the family orientated philosophy that's in Hispanic culture dominantly. I appreciate it all. I do. But my issue is this, that going back to the movie of Selena. So in the movie, Selena's dad is saying this while they're driving somewhere and he's in the car. He quotes this, and I quote, "Being Mexican American is hard because the Anglos get onto you for not being American enough. The Mexicans get onto you for not being Mexican enough. So we have to be more American than the American and more Mexican than the Mexican, both at the both at the same time. Damn, it's exhausting." And it is. But above all else, I think it results in resentment and hurt and sin and mistreatment and cruelty that I can relate to. Some of my struggles growing up was being criticized. And here's the ironic part. I was criticized for my hair because I loved having long hair. And when I had it, I was made fun of. And I was pressured into cutting it. And I was miserable and depressed. And so what ended up happening was I let peer pressure get to me. Essentially, I let other people tell me how to live my life. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I laugh my ass off looking back at that. Like, what a fool and a dumbass. Like, what a sin against God and yourself. Be who you are and who God created you to be. And ironically, the same people that criticize me for my taste and personality, or for how I wanted to look and who I looked like in the inside, right, are the same people that are praising me. So low-key, they were jealous and just naysayers and misled themselves, And so, guys, there is nothing more divine and powerful than being yourself. And I just want to share that with you guys tonight, and I say that as a future educator, that there is such things as bad parents, but just know that be loving, be gracious, but also be just, and embody the law of God, and be just. Remember that which is of greater importance, that which is higher up, the greater good of mankind. And all of our talents are gifted to us by God and should be displayed and in service for the betterment of society and of mankind. Do not sin against mankind. I don't think that's okay, in my opinion. And I encourage you all who are watching, like, be yourself. And don't let anybody else tell you how to live your life. And as for me, I want to go to Latin America. I do. I want to visit there. And I want to learn Spanish a little better. Not that I'm not fluent, but definitely not like my parents, And so I want to practice it more. I want to appreciate my culture more, explore it more. But at the end of the day, I am American, and that's okay. But I have Hispanic heritage, and I will honor it. I will remember it. I will cherish it. I love it. I do, I'm gonna be repping it and representing it. But I acknowledge that I am who I am, and I am where I'm from, and I am where I choose to be from. Like, for example, I don't want to live in Texas anymore. It's not for me. Some aspects of it is, but I with conviction, like, man, there is another place that I'd rather be in, all honesty, and so I'm gonna do that, and that's okay. And long story short, in a nutshell, so that I can wrap this video up, all cultures are beautiful, and there is such thing as sins parents make. So don't get manipulated, okay? You know, seek the truth, recognize what's right and wrong, advocate, be an advocate. Sorry, I'm trying not to. My lisp, it comes up when I'm nervous, and I'm nervous right now in front of the camera. But advocate, be an I don't even know. I'm overthinking now. You get my point. Be an advocate for that which is greater of good and greater importance. All cultures are beautiful. Parents can make mistakes. Don't get manipulated. Be who you are. You are an individual. That recognize what's right and wrong, okay? And I have resentment, and I'm trying to work through it. And just know that like, you're allowed to scold your parents for how well of a parent they are, because you're the child, and this is your life. Damn it. And so that's okay. You know, I'm a very adventurous person, for example. I was so depressed because my parents kind of really shoved it down my throat to stay at home. Like, I literally with conviction can say, why would you do that to someone, to a human, to your child? Like, I'm gonna die if I don't leave this damn place and get some oxygen. It's like the act of going out to different towns, memories and adventures, and with people, different people, and the horizons, and expanding all that. Living life, not wasting it, not throwing your life away at the dumpster, not throwing it away, but actually living it, right? Not just being alive. You might as well be dead. I'm gonna die if I don't leave, right? And so there's pros and cons with how you were raised, with your parents, and the cultures behind it as well. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys, seek the truth, advocate for what's greater importance, be true to yourself, who you are, right? Be wise about what you hear. Don't value other people's opinion too much. Value God's opinion and the opinions of yourself, and be who you are no matter what. It's worth it. Remember, what is of greater importance? It's worth it. It's worth it. Do it. Do it. Okay? And so, happy Hispanic Heritage Month. There's pros and cons with each culture, but at the end of the day, I encourage you guys, learn to love life, seek the truth, love God, love yourself, love your friends and family and your surroundings and your community. Live out your purpose day in and day out. Be who you are. Be who God created you to be, no matter what. No one else has a say but God and yourself, and that's it. Take it into consideration. Appreciate the good feedback, but that's it. No more. Be who you are. And hey, for me, like, I'm American. That's who I am. I fit in better in American culture than I do with Hispanic culture, and that's okay. Be who you are, and I love Japanese culture. I love British culture a lot. All the cultures are beautiful to me. Italian culture, I love it a lot too. And Spaniard culture, I do love it a lot. Actually, like a lot. But be who you are at the end of the day, and don't be afraid to embrace other people's cultures. Just kind of recognize the good things about it, the bad things about it. But at the end of the day, hey, we're all human, we're all imperfect. Embrace one another. But just wanted to bless you guys with that, and I realized that I need to make these videos shorter since it's already 14 minutes. But yeah, anyways, and hey, I'll probably talk more about this too, because I kind of do. This is a big topic. It's It's an issue for a lot of people. For, I am a third, culture kid. Like, I heard about that, and it's a lot. But hey, be strong, love God, be who you are, love your country, love your ancestors. Do it. All right. Anyways, that's all I have for y'all today. God bless, and thank you for watching. Okay. All right. Have a blessed night. Bye bye.